Hey Astro Kids, and welcome back. This is your daily horoscope for May 25th, 2020. So this is a big moment coming into Cancer. So we will see that on May 28th. Mercury will go ahead and enter into the sign of Cancer. So Mercury is moving very quickly now. It is moving along, and we are going to see a Mercury retrograde coming up in June. And so we're in this moment now where this is the time to think and communicate. This is the time to use your logical skills to come up with a plan of action. How are we going to get done what we want to experience in our lives, especially as this is Mercury in a conjunction with Vesta, this divine spark, this internal flame, and with the North Node in Gemini, which is this karmic destiny of entering into this space of true communication, true connection, of connecting to the environment around you, of pulling in this knowledge, this information, the facts, the truth. And so we are in this space here where we have all of this creative potential and all of these tools to make the reality that we want possible. But this is a big question of whether we will do this or not. And remember that Venus is retrograde here in Gemini as well, in this conjunction where Venus has actually moved, right? We started off with Venus at 20 degrees. It is now at 19 degrees. And so Venus is moving along now, moving back. And we're going to see Venus come back direct at the end of June. And so this is a big time now, from now moving into the month of June, halfway through June, to really take a look at what do we want to experience relationship-wise? What is it that we want to do as far as connecting and communicating and expressing our thoughts and truly opening ourselves up to new opportunities and experiences, as Venus is going to come direct at the end of June, which is going to put us back into this flow of what we truly should be experiencing in our lives. So this is a big moment of asking yourself, are you going to use this Venus retrograde to take a look at your relationships, take a look at your connections? For some of you who are single, to take a look at if you want to experience a new relationship and to start to formulate the plan of how you are going to do this in your life. And the moon has moved on here into Cancer, into its home sign, where this is a great time to connect. This is a great time to express yourself and to fully express your emotions in your connections with others. And so in this big quincunx moment, there is a lot to say about trying to escape the things that we need to work on in our lives, as this is a Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. What is the reality of your situation? What are the deeper, darker things that we need to face within our reality so that we can transform into our strongest, greatest version in our lives? And the key here is to communicate, is to express, is to be open to this new experience, is to open up to this new knowledge and this new truth in our lives. And so this is a big moment where if you are not able to face the truth and the true connection that you are disconnecting by holding on to the control of staying in your past experiences, staying in your fears, your insecurities. This is a big time of change, especially as Pluto is in this conjunction with Jupiter, where this is a big explosive transformation, and Jupiter is retrograde as well, where this is an opportunity to learn. This is an opportunity to teach ourselves to go for the vision of the reality that we want to experience. And so this is a big moment that is testing us to see if we are fully going to enter into this experience, or if we are going to hold back from what we want to experience in our lives. And there is a lot of potential here to experience what you want, as the sun is at these first degrees of Gemini, and we have Saturn here with Pallas Athena at those first degrees as well. So we have this trine going on of this beautiful flow of energy of if we are going to open ourselves up to the new opportunity, the new experience, to learn, to grow, to experience. And it is a part of this trine energy that is connected to Juno and Libra. So remember that this is a question of whether we are going to commit to a new opportunity and experience in our lives and allow ourselves to be open to this, to grow, to experience, to enjoy ourselves, or if we're going to close off from the connection. And so there's a lot here in terms of, will you communicate? Will you connect? Will you commit to the new relationship? Will you commit to working through your old relationship? Will you commit to leaving your toxic relationship? There is a lot here in terms of what is the fear that is holding you back from fully committing to this new experience to better yourselves fully in your life. And we have this T-square going on with Chiron in Aries that is in this T-square over to Juno and Libra, and this moon in Cancer. So what are the feelings that are holding us back right now? What are these emotional wounds of our identity, of who we are, that is holding us back from fully committing into this experience? And there's a lot about these fears, these insecurities of how you want it to look, of how you want to appear, of how you want to show up. But can we show up fully as who we are without tricking ourselves into being pulled into this emotional weight of the past, of the old relationship, of the old connections, of the old experiences? This is a big moment of just allowing yourself to observe your feelings instead of being dragged under the tide into these old past feelings and emotions. Are you going to fully commit? And the release point of this T-square is in Capricorn. So once again, will you commit? Will you make this a reality? Will you strive for this? Will you put the time and the effort into this? And so there's a big question here of, really, are we going to fully commit and integrate what we want to experience and feel into our reality? And remember that with this South Node in Sagittarius, that there's a lot of stories and beliefs that we can talk ourselves into that is not the true reality of what we are supposed to experience in our lives. And so are we trying to still sway ourselves into a story, into a belief system that is stopping us from what we want to experience. Because remember that this South Node in Sagittarius is an energy of hoping and wishing and believing. But do we believe that we can do more than just believe? Can we take the actual steps to pull this belief into reality? And there is a lot to say about Neptune being in Pisces to go along with that. Where are we trying to get lost in this fantasy and this illusion in our heads, trying to make up the story? Or are we having the most magical experience in our lives, especially in relationships, as this is a Neptune square over to Venus? And as Venus is starting to back off of this square, there is a lot to say about starting to see things clearly as to how you can have the most magical experience through actually taking the steps. This is Gemini. What are the logical steps that we can take to have this experience that we want in our lives? Versus this Neptune and Pisces story of these fantasies, of these illusions, of these stories that we make up in our mind. And remember that Mars is here with Ceres in Pisces, where do you have the passion and the drive to make your dreams a reality? And do you believe in what you can do and what you can create, what you can make in this experience? This Mars-Ceres conjunction is a big moment of nurturing, fulfilling yourself through believing and acting on that belief. And it is in this semi-sextile over to Chiron and Aries, where once again, are we trying to hold back ourselves from what is possible, from the magic, by fearing the way that it looks, by fearing the way that we believe we have to show up in it? Because remember that Uranus is here in Taurus, where this is the ultimate breakdown of our structure, of our foundation, of our security, of our comfort. This is changing what is truly of value and worth in our lives, elevating it, taking it to the next level. And so are you ready to take things to the next level in your life? This is a big question that is coming up for many here. Now also, this is in a sextile over to Mars and Ceres and Pisces. And so once again, the fuel to going through this radical change, through stepping into a new value, into a new sense of worth and security, a new foundation in your life, is believing that you can make it happen. And look at where the midheaven is for this chart, Scorpio, where are you willing to actually manifest what you want through transformation, through deep feeling, through deep connection, through facing the deeper, darker parts of yourself? This is Scorpio. This is the most intense emotion. Are you willing to connect fully and go into the feeling completely? So that was your horoscope for May 25th, 2020. And I also pulled some cards here as well. The first card here is the second house, talking about security once again, where we want this sense of security, we want this sense of foundation, we want this sense of comfort, right? We want to feel like we have this connection. But what is blocking us? What is stopping us? The challenge card is air in reverse. And so we're not connecting, we're not communicating. We're not taking the logical steps. We're not thinking it out, right? We're not acting on what we actually want to have through these logical steps that are needed. And so, are you going to just think and believe that you can have something that you strongly desire without connecting to it? Last card here is the Knight of Wands. And so in this moment of really wanting to desire to have this job, to have this relationship, to have this experience, but not fully connecting, we have to realize that we have the ability to manifest this, that we have the passion, that we have the love, that we have the joy, that we have the creativity to bring this into fruition. And so this is a major time of allowing yourself to enjoy yourself, allowing yourself to express yourself, allowing yourself to be creative, allowing yourself to put all of the passion, all of the joy, all of the excitement into your life. And so, can you use this true joy, this true creativity, this true passion of this spark of energy? Remember, this is wands. This is of a fire energy. What is that spark of passion, that spark of love, that passion that excites you, that fills you with joy? Can we use this to manifest the reality that we want for ourselves? And so it is a big moment of allowing yourself to fully experience the joy of committing to what you want to have in your life. Letting go completely of this Chiron and Aries, of how it should look, how it should appear, how you should show up, and just allowing yourself to show up in the experience. So once again, that was your horoscope for May 25th, 2020. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, feel free to leave a like as well as a comment. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell. If you'd like to share some positivity, spiritual wisdom, motivational advice, feel free to join the group Astro, Metaphysical Love and Light on Facebook. I want to thank you all once again so much for joining. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.